Where's my darn yarn?
Hi everyone and welcome to episode number 27 of the Dyepod. My name is Petra
And my name is Robert.
and we come to you from Eksjö in Sweden.
Where can you find us?
You find us on Instagram at Fru Valborg and the same name on the internet www.fruvalborg.se. Yeah, and on Ravelry, but that's a little. I'm a little ashamed of that, so we maybe should not mention that.
No, you find us in theory on Ravelry.
Yeah. Ah, well, Robert, I don't think it has been 3 weeks since we last recorded.
No.
Do you?
No, but you know what? I just looked at our YouTube channel and I saw just to find out which episode number we are recording right now.
Yeah.
And it said it's 1 month ago since your last upload, so it can't be that long.
Okay.
I don't know if YouTube is generous with us.
I think it's generous. In my head, it feels like 2 months.
Yeah, maybe they are kind of like it's 1 month until it's 2 months.
Yeah, so it could be 7 weeks.
Could be.
Or 8.
Could be.
Almost 8. Yeah.
But I choose to interpret it positive.
Anyway,
I'm gonna
we
say
are
it.
back now,
We are
so yeah.
What have you been up to? What's happened? Where should we start?
Yes, what has happened actually? I don't know really what has happened, but I think it's life just goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And we are working
Yes.
as usual.
As usual, yeah. You want me to help you?
Yes, please. What has happened, Robert?
Well, first of all, you have had an open studio.
Okay, yes, I have.
A couple of times,
Actually, 2 times.
Yeah. So that's 2 things that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
How is that, do you think?
I think it's really nice because we have met some nice people.
Yeah.
Coming here and visiting us and buying yarns and talk to us and things like that. And it's kind of nice now because it is a while since you actually could meet people. And also this all this season, as you know, but everything is closed. There are no yarn fairs or anything. So I think it has been really nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually quite energizing, I think, to see people come here
Yes.
and speak to them.
Yeah, totally.
And we were not sure how many people would come, and you know that I think is the strange thing with when you have an open house. You don't really know if it's going to be 1 person or 20 persons or 50 people or whatever. But both times we've had quite a lot of people coming here.
Yeah.
And I want to give a shout out to 2 people who came here the second time. 2 young,
I know who you mean.
2
Yes.
young people from Portugal who came to see us, and they live in a place that I don't remember, but it's close to Norrtälje, so it's outside of Stockholm somewhere. And they took this open studio as a possibility to go for a little bit of a road trip. So they went down here to Eksjö and they stayed in a local hotel just up the street here, and then they came to see us. And we talked to them for a long time. Really, really, really nice people.
It's a really nice couple. So
Yeah.
we just want to say hi to you, especially to you, and of course to everyone else who visited.
Yeah.
But it's a really sweet couple. So we are very happy you came and visited us so far away.
Yeah, I think it's quite humbling when people come from far distances just to come to our shop, actually. I thought most people would come from the local neighborhood here, but yeah, we've had people from Kalmar, from Stockholm, from Linköping, Lidköping, and several other places too. So
Really
that's
fun.
really cool.
It's really fun.
Yeah. What more happened? Well, I think we actually had another competition with our friends.
Yes, we had. I think we have talked about that in the last episode. That we have a couple, a friend couple that we make some competitions with, and we have played golf and we have played frisbee golf, And last time we played shuffleboard. And that was really fun. It was the first time for me and Robert, and I think for them as well, maybe.
Yeah,
one
I
of them.
think one
Anyway,
Mikael has played once before.
Yeah. But it's in a local pub here. They have this shuffleboard, and it was really fun. It was a little bit like, I can imagine, because I never played that as well, but a little bit like no, not
curling.
Curling, yes, curling.
Yeah.
But on a table. So that we can recommend. And we also have to tell everyone that we actually won.
Exactly. That was what I was coming to.
Yeah.
So what is the total score now?
We have won 2 times and they have won 1 time. And therefore we can decide what we will do next time.
And have we decided that?
We have decided that. And what have we chosen?
Bowling!
We ourselves think we are kind of good at bowling.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't know. Hopefully we
at
are
least
compared to them
yeah.
anyway. So
I have a little bit of a nagging feeling that just because we are so confident, we will live to regret it.
probably. That's fine anyway.
Yeah. Fine.
We have a really good time these days. So
yes, and we have also had a crayfish party with our friends since last time.
I don't know how many countries actually eat. Did you say crayfish? Crayfish, yeah. It's a tradition in Sweden that in August the crayfishing here around in the lakes and in the oceans, of course, starts, and you fish them and then you cook them in dill.
Yeah, I think it's actually called dill.
It's called dill.
Yeah.
Dill and porter beer.
And water and
and
salt.
water and salt. Yes, we really like that.
Yes.
It's really good, and the children really loves it as well. So.
And we are fortunate because you can buy this from many different places. You can buy Swedish crayfish or imported crayfish, and both of us think that the Swedish crayfish is the best. But it's quite expensive, and sometimes it's not that easy to get hold of it.
No.
But fortunately, we know some people around here that fish their own crayfish, so we can buy from them, and they are really, really good.
And many people that lives around the coastlines in Sweden, they also think that the ocean crayfishes, of course, is the best, and you shouldn't eat like the. For us, we say lake or sea.
Yeah, a lake.
Like the small waters.
Oh.
So.
Freshwater crayfish is what we eat. And it is like you say, if you're from the coast, you can sometimes think that, well, that's not real crayfish. That's just second grade thing.
Yeah.
If you grow up,
we like everything.
Yeah.
So
like I'm from the coast.
We're not that picky. You're from the coast. I'm
Yeah.
not, but we're not that picky. We eat everything.
Yeah, and in Norway, where I come from, we don't, or when I grew up at least, we never ate crayfish at all. And now I know it's popular, but it's popular from the ocean and not from the lakes.
Yeah.
So I just spoke to my father and asked him that very question actually, and he said that when he grew up, it was the same. They never ate crayfish. They ate crab, they ate shells and so on, and shrimp.
He had been out fishing today and got
Yes.
some lobsters.
My father got a lobster. Big day.
Yeah.
My father and his younger brother and one friend, they have been trying now for some weeks to catch a lobster because it's certain dates they can do that. But they've only been getting crabs time and time again. But now, when they were out some days ago, they actually caught 3 lobsters, 1 for each.
That's really nice. I actually only ate that maybe. You and I have ate it once, and then I have eaten it in Cuba.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
Here you go.
yes.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
We like anything from the water, fish and seashells and crayfish and you name it.
Yeah.
It's high up on our menu, I think. Yeah.
And another thing that happened, I also started another podcast, a regular podcast without pictures.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Tell us.
Yeah, it's with my colleague Anna Strandberg, who is a Swedish well-known dyer. She has her brand Dandelion Yarns. And we started podcasting, and this is only in Swedish though, so but that has been fun as well. And it's kind of nice talking Swedish.
Yeah.
Because then you can talk without thinking first. Because when we recorded this, I sometimes just have to be fast thinking when you don't know a word or so. Or if you're thinking, it turns out like this. Yeah, well, as I think many of you have heard these noises that just come when you are thinking.
Yeah, it's your second language, so it's not that strange,
No.
I think.
No. But that's fun as well, so yeah.
And you had the workshop.
Yes, I had one workshop with 2 women that was here, and we dyed all day, and they had been dyeing a little bit before, but they tried out different things, and I showed them a little, and they tried themselves, and so that was really fun as well. So
How was it to teach someone else?
Yeah, it was really good. I'm used to teach because I have worked as a teacher for more than 10 years. But this was grown-up people, so they were very interested, and they had an idea. Just when they arrived, they kind of knew what they wanted to dye because they had projects in their mind.
Okay.
So it was not that basic how to think about colors or things like that. It was more of a practical workshop, I think, because they had kind of tried it before and more had an idea of what they wanted to come home with. So it was really fun, and they were really nice, those 2 women. So yeah.
And I know that you did this as a, so to say, a pilot, like a test. Is it something you could consider doing again? Having a workshop?
Absolutely. It's just that, as I many times say, I think the time kind of just passes by a little too quickly sometimes because I have so much to do. So it's just that I'm taking the dye time to the classes instead, and then I just think it's a little bit difficult to decide when and how often and so. But yes, I can absolutely imagine that several times. But I have not yet decided now the next date or so. It has been a lot with. I have just finished a wholesale order for Stephen and Penelope, and I'm working with the advent calendar that I sold out, so I have a lot to do at the moment.
Yeah.
And the shop is really kind of empty at the moment. We see a lot of yarn, but it's not full, but in my head it's empty. Because some of the qualities don't have that many colorways to choose from at the moment, so yeah, I have been busy.
Too busy or just good?
Some days it feels a little too busy because I have a little difficult when there are several things going on, like the wholesale order and the advent calendar, and there's a deadline. And I'm not very fond of deadlines.
No? Only in the company context or in general?
In general.
Okay. Good to know.
You already know.
Okay.
Okay, but no, no?
I know.
You know, yes.
Yes, I know.
I thought you said no.
No, I know.
Okay. You know, I'm a little easily stressed. I have been that. I wasn't that. Maybe I was that. Maybe I have always been there. But I like when I just can decide everything myself. What time? When I have the feeling for doing something. Yeah. Well. Anyway, the wholesale order is now done, and the advent calendar I think will be ready this week.
Yeah.
Anyway, dyed this week, and then it will be packed up and sent away at the beginning of November.
Yes, so we said that next Friday we would celebrate, because then those two things
Yes.
will be done.
Then there will be bubbles.
Then there will be bubbles.
I have also, I don't know, maybe I mentioned it, but our oldest daughter actually works here a little at the moment. She helps me out with, she's between two jobs because she has been, I don't know, I might have said exactly this in the last episode.
Say it again.
Well, she
Repetition.
has been, yeah, she has been working all this summer in a kind of vacation place in Sweden. It's called Öland, and it's a beautiful little island on our east coast. And now she was in Gothenburg a few weeks ago for a job interview, and she actually got it, and she was really happy.
Yeah.
And this is in Sälen, which is one of Sweden's bigger skiing parks, or what to say, in the mountains. So she's really happy for that, and I think she will be there like 4 months or so.
Yeah.
But between these jobs, she also works on a restaurant here at the moment, but the days she's not there, and so she's here helping me out and packaging and labeling and things like that. Package. Doing your orders,
Yeah.
and things like that. So that's really, really great, I think.
And it's really fun, because the other day I came, I was helping you with something here, some scanning or whatever. And I came in and I saw where Clara was working. So she wasn't there, but I saw what she had been doing.
Yeah.
And she is working exactly the same way as I am working. Very different from how you're working.
Yes.
So it was really funny to see that she's doing it exactly how I would be doing that, sorting everything in colors.
She's very organized,
yeah.
and she makes everything really noggrant.
Thorough.
Yes, and everything is in its place, and I'm just and, and then she's, no, you can't put it like this, you have every base here and the colors here and the labels there, and so yeah, we are very different.
Yeah. So I
But
think
I like that, because I need that. But I don't manage that on my own, but you two manage that for me, so
Yeah.
that's really good.
So I tell her that you know, she's not my biological daughter, but she's my bonus daughter. So I
Yeah.
tell her that she's inheriting my bonus genes.
She totally is, absolutely, and that's
cool.
really fun. So yeah, I think I really like that. I think it will be even more lonely when she goes away for work this time, because before summer she went to school and we didn't see her all the time and things like that. But now I have her here many days a week, and it will be really lonely when she goes away for so long time.
True.
She's only like 19, so.
Yeah, she's actually only 18.
She's actually only 18. She turns 19 very soon.
Yes, and one more big milestone in our lives have actually happened. It's more in my doing. Do you know what that is?
A milestone in your
In
doing.
our, yeah.
In our. Well, I don't know.
It has something to do with a garage.
Oh yes. Well, it is like this, that Robert has finally got himself a 100% good hobby,
Yes.
and that is painting our house.
Yeah.
And so, and you are done with the whole garage now. You have been doing this for the entire autumn, so to say.
Yeah.
And I have been very respectful and thoughtful, and just leaving you with your hobby outside with your with the paint.
Really appreciate that you allow me time to do my things.
Yeah, just like you do the laundry.
That's true. That's more
respectfully, I leave it to you, because I know how much you love it.
Yes. But that's good, because you read in an article that one of the reasons for a good marriage is that everybody gets space to do their things.
Yes. So
I'm really happy for that. And you know, when spring
you're
comes,
welcome.
Thank you. When spring comes, I will once again start with our house to paint that.
Yes.
Because that's never going to be done.
No, but for 3 years ago, we started to paint the house.
Yeah.
And then I actually helped a lot
Yeah,
that summer.
definitely.
But then I find out that, no, I think this is... this must be Robert's hobby.
Yeah.
He seems to be really enjoying it. And so I just... and you said to me that painting, that painting the house with me was like looking at the Lars Norén play, which...
It was like living in one.
It was like living in a Lars Norén show, yes. And Lars Norén is kind of a very, for you who are not from Sweden, he makes very depressed
Theater.
and yeah. So so I thought I might just leave it for you because you liked it so much.
Yeah.
You were so happy.
Thank you. So now at least the garage is done. That was a big step forward.
And also yesterday I actually managed to put on a laundry, and then I had scratch all. So I just found out yesterday that I must be allergic.
Yeah, you had like
to,
a rash.
Yeah, like a rash.
What happened? It was the detergent.
It was no good for me
No.
going down in the laundry room.
I think you
No.
should stick to the things that you're good at, and I can stick to the things that I'm good at.
I stick to the sticking, knitting.
It's a good segue. Yeah. So it's you see, we can both have space for
We
our
will have a
interests.
happily marriage ever after.
Yes. True.
Okay.
Okay, so if we then move over from our lives into the knitting department, I see in front of me here that we have some products to show, some projects I should say.
Yes.
And one of them we just took a little photograph of, so I guess it's coming up on Instagram one of these days.
Yes, it will. I actually had a lot of knitting this time, so you have to bear with us for kind of long time now, I think.
Project number 1.
We can start with this, because this, I don't know, I don't know if I have worn this in an episode before, but this is the pink velvet sweater by Andrea Mori. And I knit this in my Silk Yoke Singles base in this nutmeg colorway, and one strand of fuzzy mohair held double in my dust colorway.
Okay.
And it's,
Yeah,
I made it cropped.
Do the swirly swirly.
So it's cropped, and it's 3/4 sleeve. Is this how you say it?
Probably.
And yeah, it's kind of fitted, so I don't think there's more than maybe 1 inch of positive ease or 2 maybe around here. And
It looks amazing on you.
the yoke is really beautiful, I think. And it's when you knit the yoke with mohair and just a regular fingering, it turns out really, it's such a soft material. And really warm as well, but it's very fluffy. So yeah, I really like this one, and it turned out great. And I think this will be a piece that I can wear, because I have a lot of things that I don't wear. I
Then
had
you
this.
call your sister.
And then I called my sister, or otherwise I just... Actually, yesterday I cleaned my wardrobe and put some things aside to drive to the... We have this second-hand place. So someone might have some hand-knitted garments soon. Hopefully.
It's a tip, if you want some nice knitwear, you can come to the extra second-hand stores once in a while.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really, but this has been done for a while now. It's just I have not maybe shown it properly here. And also, as you said, we took a photo of a finished, FO. Just before this, and this is the Cozy Classic Cardigan by Jessie May. Now you have to go a little.
Hello.
No, you don't have to go, but yes, you have to go.
I went.
So. This is the Cozy Classic Cardigan by Jessie May, and I knit this in my Halo sock base, which is non-superwash alpaca silk cashmere blend, and the colorway it's dyed with walnut from one of my natural dyeing sessions. It has not been so many, but yeah, and one strand of fuzzy mohair. You can come now, Robert.
Can I come back?
Yes. And this is just as it says, a classic raglan sweater, and I did not do any decreases on the sleeves, so I just knitted them straight forward, and then I made one row with a lot of decreases, and then this little what do you say, mud move.
Yeah.
Okay, I said an appropriate word.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't know. Okay.
What's the name in English? I will try to save you now. Yeah.
Okay.
A blooper. What's the name of this piece? That's
I've
what you're
done
trying to come
already.
to, right?
Okay.
Yeah. That piece.
Black cuff.
Cuff.
Yes.
Not
Okay.
muff.
Muff in Swedish is like the
Vagina.
yes, like the vagina.
Yeah. Let's just say it.
Yes. Okay. So now we forget it. Anyway, it's all out through the window. So this is not cropped, but it's just below the waist, maybe just above the jeans or so.
Yeah.
And it turned out really great, and I really liked how it fitted, and this neckline is really beautiful. It's kind of it's a big cuff. First, you don't say that, you say like neckline. Anyway.
Neck cuff.
Yeah, neck cuff. Yeah, and I think I have been good now, not just doing like this. Anyway, this halo sock and mohair is really beautiful together. It makes a most soft material, and with a really lovely drape. I think you can see that it's a good drape in this.
You know what? Because you wore this today, you looked really kind in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I think
It makes you look
it made a
kind.
kind colorway also. It's a really soft. If you would like to have this colorway, I since I'm very inspired by nature when I dye many colorways, I actually have a colorway that's called Kalahari that looks almost exactly the same as this walnut turned out. So the mohair I use is in the Kalahari colorway on fuzzy mohair. Yeah, so I could really recommend this. It's a really smooth sailing project.
It's good for Netflix.
It's very good for Netflix. And we write down here the pattern name and the designer as well.
Yep.
So, and it's a Ravelry pattern. I think there might be more places to buy it, but yeah, it's really nice.
But that's not it, is it?
No, it's not it.
Stay tuned.
Then I have another finished sweater as well that I might have shown.
Show it again.
I show it again because it's a long time we've met. This is the Waterland pullover, and this is designed by Lotta Lötgren, who is a friend of mine, and she owns a yarn shop here in Sweden as well, and she's a really nice, good designer as well. She originally designed this in my Silk Yark DK base in black and yellow and grey. And when I visited her, it's kind of a few months ago now, I just wanted to buy some of her beautiful yarns that comes from, I think it was from Fiberco or something. Cumbria is the word of the yarn anyway. It's a really beautiful non-treated yarn, and this turned out really beautiful as well. And
so this is in her yarn?
Yeah, it's in her yarn. The yarn she sells. It's not hand dyed, but
okay.
it's from her shop.
Yeah.
And the pattern is really beautiful, I think. And you can find her pattern in one of Pom Pom magazine's issues.
Yeah.
Did you say issue?
Yeah.
Issue is something, also
Issues.
something else. You got an issue.
We have an issue.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember the number of the magazine now, but
It's in there.
it's in there. It's in there. And the name is Waterland. So this is really a really warm sweater with a DK weight yarn. So this will be good for winter.
Yeah. It looks really warm.
Yeah. Okay, so and then I have the last sweater for today to show. I showed this last time as well. Now I have 2 sleeves to go. And this, I said the wrong name last time, but now I
Even
know.
though you had written it down.
Even though now I have not written it down, but and therefore I will say the right thing.
Yeah.
This is Treista by Jennifer Steingas. And this is knitted in a BFL Gotland base that I took in for some test dyeing. And I still have a little in the shop left of this base, but then I decided I will only keep the fingering base, because otherwise I will have a little too many bases.
Maybe we should talk a little bit about bases.
We can do that maybe later.
Go on, please.
Yeah. So this is the DK version of that yarn anyway, and I think it's 75% blue-faced Leicester and 25% Gotland.
Okay.
And the colorways are caramel, ice mint for the blue, and ash for the dark grey, and the natural grey, because the natural base is grey, light grey. It's a really nice pattern as well. So I have 2 arms now left. Just started with this one. Not just, maybe a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then this has been hiding because I had some other things I wanted to cast on. So, I love this as well.
Really, not bright colors, but clear colors, not strong colors.
This base is it's a really soft base, even though it's kind of a wool yarn. It feels soft, maybe not for the most sensitive person, but well. I have also finished this Scrappy Socks, and that's not what they call, but I just call them that because they were from some of my scraps. And these are just knitted from my head. This is the base pattern that I always knit, that I talked about last time, and a really friendly listener wrote out the names for the parts of the heel. Do you remember?
The heel and the gusset. No? Was it?
I don't want to talk about it,
No?
but she wrote it.
Okay.
So now we know.
At least
But
you
I
know.
don't. I know.
Yeah.
I know when I have read her
Yeah.
comment again.
Yeah.
But I anyway do know how to knit it.
That's the most important.
Yes. And they turn out like this. It's kind of fun, but I thought it was a little tricky to just make different stripes. I know I
It
talked
looks
about
cool.
that. Yeah, they turned out cool.
Yeah. So that's, I guess, good if you have a lot of leftovers, yeah?
Totally. So, and then of course I had to cast on another pair of socks, because you always have to have a sock pattern on your needles.
And that doesn't count either, according to you.
No, that doesn't count. It's just a side project for me anyway, the socks. So I casted on a pair of socks in this colorway that we named it. And I don't remember.
No.
Well, we named it anyway. So I casted on these socks by Helen Stewart, who is Curious Handmaid on Instagram. And it's a really beautiful, very simple pattern with a little, like, almost a, I don't know what to call this. It's not like a cable, but it looks a little bit like a cable. And these small, like, it looks like stars or something. And the heel, I do the same heel. I don't know, I think she might have done this heel on her socks as well. But anyway, I always make kind of the same heel, so I don't look at the pattern when I knit the heel.
Was it the one we called Early Bird?
Yes, it was.
Nailed it!
Yeah.
I looked at my SMS, I
Yeah.
sent that name.
So, I really like this, and this is in my merino sock base, 75-25 merino nylon base, and I'm really fond of this. It's a really soft, thin fingering yarn that I like the socks in this. They turn out really neat. And they will fit perfectly in my new shoes. My new feet shoes that I actually bought.
Let's see them, sister.
Okay, I will see how old I am.
Wow, I could never do that.
No.
Not in a million years.
Anyway, you just see well, anyway.
They're black.
New shoes. Needs new pair of socks maybe for the winter.
True.
So that was one of the projects. And what do we have more? We have a lot more.
Maybe you should show that nice bag actually.
Yes, I
that
should.
has a little bit of a history too.
The first open studio we had, a really nice lady came visiting us, and she first of all showed her beautiful cardigan that she had knitted in one of my yarns, and it was a really lovely woman.
Yeah, she was so nice.
Yes, and she left me a little gift before she left, and when I opened it, it was this beautiful patchwork bag. And I think many of you know I love purple, and these rusty shades, kind of my favorites. So I was really happy, and this follows me along with the projects now. And it has this linen inside and a pocket and things. So yeah, thank you so much for this. I really, really love it. It's really nice.
Yeah, super nice.
It's so heartwarming when you get a little gift and some nice words from people. Yeah, so I really like it. And inside,
what's in the bag then?
It's 2 projects in the bag. There are so many things now. I just started this Friday a new pattern called I just forgot. Juni. It's called Unicordian, and this is by Clara Linnea that we have met before. She designs really beautiful things and really beautiful cardigans. So this is just down here, and then it will be a cropped cardigan with beautiful, it is lace on the back. I think I will find it here just to show. It's a really lovely cardigan. We will link to it down here. And I use my BFL Gotland fingering for this one because I have not knitted anything in this. And I think it turns out great. This is a new colorway called Thyme. It's a grayish, greenish, somehow. So that's one of the projects, and I have been wanting some cardigans for my dresses also, because I'm very good at knitting things I don't use so much, but now I decided I really have to try to actually knit things that I will add to my daily wardrobe, so to say.
Smart.
So not so long, but I really liked it. I hope it will be nice. And then I casted on a beautiful pattern by Kaisa Vuorela, who is Tornedalsfrun, a Swedish designer that makes beautiful things, and her Instagram account is really, really beautiful. It's very inspirational just to see her. She's a very good photographer, and yeah. So I started this. It doesn't look that much at the moment because it's like, you know, like
It looks really small.
but this is a tank top, and the name is Idun. And as you see, this will go like this when it's done, when it's blocked and everything. And I think this will be really lovely. And it has these great details. It is constructed that you knit on this in this direction the what do you say, the shoulder thing, and then at the same time you increase for the neckline and for the back. So it is a construction that I really didn't understand. I just had to follow the pattern and just trust that she had done the right thing.
And had she?
She had, yes, because it looks like this now.
Do you think it will be hot wearing a tank top made of yarn?
I don't know, maybe. I'm kind of a hot... my age is...
You're heating up.
I'm heating up. I get this like this.
Yeah.
But I knit it in my Merlin base, which is a merino linen base. And I think you can have it in winter, but you just use a cardigan. Or something like that. So I don't think this will be something I wear in 30 degrees in the summer.
No.
But maybe for autumn with a cardigan over. And the details in the neckline and around the armholes is really beautiful as well, because you pick up stitches and it looks like a double folded hem or something, a double folded neckline like this. I just want to show you the picture. I don't know if you can see, but I hope you can see. So it's a really great pattern. I think I'm soon done with the body. I just want it to the waist.
Yeah.
For my pants or so.
So now that you're talking about this and showing tank tops, are there any? I mean, can you knit the pair of pants?
Yes,
yeah?
Absolutely.
Why haven't you done that before?
Because I would not use them.
Oh.
But you can knit pants, of course, and you can knit skirts and dresses and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can knit whatever.
A bra?
Yes.
Boxers? Cool.
There are patterns for that, many patterns for that as well.
Yeah.
So yes, that's not much left for this, so I think it will be done maybe in a week or so. And this is, as I said, Merlin with caramel, the colorway.
Would you recommend that if you knit something like that you have straight on your body, that you kind of take a, I don't know, softer yarn or something?
Well,
or thinner yarn?
I think that's really personal, because many people love the wool yarns and they are not sensitive to anything itchy. I'm a little sensitive and, as I said, a little bit sweaty if I would have that yarn, but if you use a little softer, maybe not that thick yarn, so you could knit it in linen or in cotton as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's just what you are used to. So I think that was not at all. I had so many. I actually started another sweater.
That's right. Yeah.
And a hat. And I have another hat.
So your mojo is on fire now.
Yes, this will be a long episode.
That's okay.
Anyway, so I made some mini skein sets.
Yeah, it's this one,
and I think I might have talked about them last time. But I just wanted to try to make an easy pattern for myself, a little hat or something to do with the mini skeins. So this is what I came up with. And this is a double folded brim. And then I used the mini skeins for this brioche knitting. So I took the lightest one with the with the second lightest one as the main color behind, so to say, and then just switching them for the darker and darker skeins in this. You see that it's not done, but I have a short needle here, so I can't.
So it does like a gliding scale then?
Yeah, it does like a gliding scale. I think you can see this here. And so at the moment now I will start decrease soon, I think. I don't know if I want it a little baggy or just as a... I think this is maybe a little longer and then start to... I don't want it like... But I think it turns out quite fun.
Looks good on you.
And because this is the 75-25 base, 425 meters on 100 grams, so it's kind of a thin yarn, of course. So it turns a little more of an autumn hat, maybe. But I think it was kind of fun to knit it. But I'm not a professional on the brioche stitches, so I have to... and I think this is why it has been lying around for some weeks now, because I don't know how to start decreasing. I have to do the math, because when you decrease this brioche thing, 3 stitches turns to 1, and I have to count so it makes an even decrease thing.
Okay.
Ah.
I understand nothing.
Okay, but you don't want to decrease there and one very close. You want them evenly over the pattern, of course. So I don't know if I might just choose 4 places or 5 places and just decrease. I don't know. I have not decided, but I just thought it was fun to try it out. And I love these double folded brims and necklines and things. It turns out so sturdy and looks very professional, I think.
When you have knitted this hat with your mini skeins, would there be enough yarn left to also knit a pair of socks in the same...
Yeah, I think so, because there are a lot of the mini skeins left.
Because that could be quite cool to have a hat and a matching pair of socks.
Totally. I think it's almost this much left. I think it must be at least half of the mini skeins left. So... And this grey one is another, it's merino single base that I had lying around, so I took another for that one.
Will you make this available somehow, this
Maybe,
pattern?
I don't know, I'm not that good writing patterns, or I don't have the time also, but if I could make it really simple, more of a guideline to make a pattern, a guideline pattern or something, like
general directions.
Take this amount of stitches and blah blah blah, you know. So maybe I could do a really simple version, but yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
So that's one project, and I had almost forgot when I started taking all the things out when we should leave here. I had forgot a few of them.
Maybe we should go look in the basement.
No, in the basement we don't have to go. I don't know if I showed this the last time. I think I needed the needles. Yes, I did. So therefore I this is also a tank top. I think I have showed it before in my Merlin base in colorway Swamp Green. This might be more of the accurate colorway. It washes out a little over here. Anyway, this is the Lydia tank top, and I decided to have some 3/4 sleeves on it, and yeah, I don't know, I just decided that. I thought it would be a nice kind of top. And it has this nice lace pattern down here. But I don't think I have made a lot of progress since the last time, actually.
You run out of knitting.
Yes, I did. I
What's it
ran
called?
out.
Knitters? What's it called?
Needles.
Needles.
Yeah,
You
I ran
run
out of needles. So I have just, as I see now, I have just take them off. And now I have no idea what needles I need to do. And this is the really bad thing when you maybe are like me, that don't write up what you knit and what size you choose. Because when I do it like this and put it away for a month maybe, and then also take out the needles or something, I have no idea what size I choose, what needles I used, and if I made any other modifications. I must have made modifications, because I have divided this, I see, for making sleeves. Oh no, and then I dropped some. But I don't remember.
How quickly would you see, if you start knitting now, how quickly would you see that, no, this is not the right size needle?
I don't know. I don't think I would see it until I'm done with the body.
Oh shit, you better be right then.
Yeah.
But I guess you would see it when you're finished. Or wouldn't it matter?
I don't know really. It of course depends on the project, because this I'm going up to where the arms should be afterwards, and if it's a little more fitted there, that might not be of course it would be a very big difference if I choose 5 millimeters instead of 3 millimeters. But if I choose 3.25 or 3.5, there won't be that big of a deal, so it might be just a little more. So okay, I'm not worried about that, but I don't know what I did before I put the needles on it.
No.
So yeah, this might be worked on when I'm done with the other tank top then. So I like it.
You seem to have a lot of things moving on now.
Yes, maybe a little, maybe too many when the needles aren't enough.
And you know, we talked about this yesterday evening for the viewers here, and I said to you, you have a knitting company, so having enough needles should be the least of your problems.
Yes, I might bring
There
home,
are needles here, a lot of them.
There are.
Yeah.
I might bring a pair home, because this, I can't knit more of this now until I'm done with the other tank top, because that's where I took maybe the needles out. Well,
the risk is, of course, that if you have too many needles, then you will have a lot of projects.
That might be true, yes.
So you have one final one, yeah?
Yes, and that's, I don't know if I actually can show it, because this is finished now. I showed this the last time, the test knit for Julia Wilkens, the sweet lady at the Stephen and Penelope, who also works as a designer. And I test knitted this hat for her, and it's now done. And I asked her yesterday if I should show it on Instagram, and then she asked me to wait, because she hadn't released the pattern yet. I thought I was way behind, that it was already released and everything, because I always am too slow when I have a deadline.
Maybe you shouldn't show it then.
Maybe I don't know.
No. You can do it next time.
I can do it next time.
Yeah. It was good that you asked her then. So
Yeah, it was good. Yes, because I just assumed that I was really late. But anyway, it has a good pom-pom.
And that one is not from her.
No, that's from myself.
Yeah.
Okay, Julia, I think I will show it. I show it a little bit like this, and then there will be pictures on Instagram when she is ready for the release.
Nice. So, any other projects?
No,
Seems empty here now.
Yes, I think actually it's. I have one project that I bought the pattern from that will be my next cast on.
Okay.
I can show that next time. Yeah, I should.
So, someone else who has started a project is your mother.
Yes.
Which is always a source for good entertainment.
Yes,
for us.
Dear mother, I know you are always watching us, My mother is the best mother ever, and she is sometimes very funny when, and I don't know if she actually knows she's funny when she's doing like this. But my mother has a little of a difficulty with focus and concentrating with the knitting. And she was here this week, and I gave her some yarn for knitting an Oslohue. And she started knitting, and then she has, when she should join, you know, when she casted on the stitches and should join to working in the round, she was not checking out if they were twisted or so. So she just joined the needles and started knitting. And then, of course, after she had knitted maybe 5 inches or so,
yeah.
10 centimeters, she noticed that it didn't look quite right. It was then, I think you understand what I mean. So she had twisted it, and then she starts sending me text messages, and this is not the first time, so therefore we laugh. But she just, well, Petra, this looks very strange. It looks like a sausage. I don't want to knit more, or something like that. And then I wrote like a little laugh to her, and just, I think you have to rip it up and start over. And then comes more funny messages that she didn't want to rip it, and it was mohair and everything was it was not good. And then maybe, I don't know, it was the morning after, then there is no sausage anymore, and that must have meant that she actually restarted, and it was doing fine this time. But we have had other evenings also when she has started knitting, and there comes, oh, it's so nice, I have just started to knit, and then maybe 5 minutes, but I hate knitting, I will never knit. And then 2 minutes, it's crazy, look at this, and there come strange pictures and everything. So she's really funny when she, I hope you will do this. Yeah, it's a roller coaster, and we just laugh, and it's so fun. And but I hope you will manage this hat now, Mother. I think you will do it fine.
Yeah. And
we can look at it later on.
There are also some yarn in front of us here.
Yes, I just put the newest base, the BFL Gotland. I should have shown it when I showed my project, but this is a BFL Gotland base. And the base, it's a fingering, so it has 350 meters on 100 grams, and it's a non-super wash, and from England, from Great Britain, what you say, but and I really like this. The more I look at it, the more I like it. It has the base is grey, as I said, and the colorways gives these heathery, warm, and beautiful colorways, I think, on these grey bases. Just as I like my Silky Ox singles base, so it's grey as well. But for you who like the non-treated, non-superwash bases, I could really recommend this. I think it would be beautiful for colorwork, sweaters, or mittens, or hats, or whatever, because it's kind of soft, even though it's a little toothy if you compare it to the merino yarns.
What does toothy mean? Does it
means
stitching?
Yeah, it's a little more, yeah. Okay. But I love it, and I love the colorways it gives. So
yeah,
just want to show that as well. So, and it's a 2-ply twist, and it smells like cheap. It smelled a lot of cheap when I was dyeing it.
Smells like a farm.
And I have just ordered some more of this base, so some of the colorways sold out, and I didn't have a lot of the base just because I want to try it, but I just ordered new, and I think it will come this week. So when I'm done with the advent calendar, there will be a lot of focus on bringing in more of the colorways to the shop. So
Speaking of bases then. What's new?
I don't know, nothing. No, it was like this, that I had a week, maybe last week, that was kind of blue.
Yeah?
It was a really shitty week, so to say. I was very tired, and I was very annoyed with a lot of things, and some things I mostly don't know what I'm annoyed about, but something is not good. And we talked a little what I was tired of dyeing, and I was tired of the yarns, and I felt stressed out, and I was overworked, and my body hurt, and everything's like that. So you started talking to me about maybe me making some goals for myself or something like that. That maybe you should. And of course we came to the thing that I always thinking about, and that is yarn bases and colorways. That always are, I think, maybe a few times every hour.
Yeah.
And when I actually can sleep, I can dream about this as well. Colorways and what to everything. So we just said that maybe I should choose 10 bases that I can keep, and then there will be no more within a year. And then that also means then that I will not be googling new yarn bases.
Yeah.
And I will not look and scrolling through all these yarn dyeing company, yarn company, and the bases and everything. Just to give my head some rest, and just to focus on, well, this is what I have, and I have 11 now. So, and I'm still at 11, and I have not yet decided for the 10 for which to take down.
True. And when you do that, so once you have your list, do you think you can kind of compartmentalize it and put it to a side? These are my bases, or will you still think about, well, maybe there's a new one here and so on?
I can't answer this.
No. Interesting.
Maybe
experiment.
I will maybe say no, to be honest.
No.
If I see something, a beautiful project, and it's knitted in something, and then it will stop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's see.
My head is not as it should be, and it probably never will. But sometimes we think that we might be able to help my little head with some things.
There's nothing wrong with your head. It's more that when it becomes a problem for you, that's when it's wrong. It's nothing wrong thinking about things.
No.
But if it goes to an extent where it becomes a strain or a stress factor, then of course it's more finding a way to cope with it.
Yeah. I think I have been this for a very long time. I have a very creative head, and I have hands that really needs to be active. And my head is I am very active, and that means I am not out running, training and things, but inside it's very active, and I need to use my hands all the time. For example, if we sit down, if we have a couple or some friends at home, and I've been sitting down for a few hours not knitting, I can be very stressful already. Like that.
Yeah.
So, but of course that should feel good and not a thing that you're stressed about. So, therefore, sometimes maybe you should help yourself giving some restraint for things. So, I might be down at 10 soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And then try to actually, and then just focus on them and knitting them, because I know I'm sometimes taking in yarn bases that I didn't even have the time to knit in before. I just, find something new. And whoa. Might be some diagnosis there. I don't know. Well, anyway.
It's also, you shouldn't look at it black and white, because that part of you is probably also what took you here.
Yes,
so it's also good, very many good things about being a creative, active mind, if you want to achieve stuff that you have achieved.
Yeah, it might be like that.
Yeah, I think it is. It's good and bad in everything.
Yes. Yeah. There are not only yarn bases that is blurring around in my head, but...
I think our heads is like I saw on this stand-up show once, that my head is like a cupboard with many small pieces, or you know, what's it called?
Boxes?
Boxes. So you can take one box out and it's work, and there's another box family, and there's a third box football, and a fourth box this. And you take those boxes in and out. That's, I think, is how my brain works, where in your head it's just one big box and everything is in that box.
Yeah, it's really blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
And speaking about boxes, look at this. This is the beer box.
Ooh.
So now it's time.
Now it's time.
Yes. You know what? I actually don't remember what type of beer we tried last time.
I don't know either. I would never remember that.
So I'm not gonna reference it in any way.
No.
Just to be on the safe side. I know, however, what beer we will try today. And we have been around the world. Today we are in Sweden.
Yes.
But we are not close to here. So distance-wise, we are probably as far away as Italy.
Okay, it's so far up north.
Yes, we are going to Skellefteå,
Ooh.
which is pretty far up north, right? And in Skellefteå, they have a small brewery called the Skellefteå Brewery, so pretty straightforward, I guess. And according to their homepage, they are mixing Czech crafts with northern pride and stubbornness.
Okay.
So, pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
And they make different type of beer. This one is called, I try to focus, let's see, here we go. Kallholmen Harvest Time. It's an ale, it's a brown ale. And before this podcast, I actually looked at another review of this particular beer. And it was not very positive. So I do not know what to expect.
No.
I think the design of the label and everything looks really cool.
You should not be affected by
So let's try to put that to the side.
Yeah, I can put that. I didn't hear it anyway.
No, but
and I'm the one giving the whatever
the rating.
Yeah.
So let's start looking at the color. It's pretty dark brown, or it's brownish.
It looks exactly like syrup.
Yeah. Yes, it does. I thought. Yeah, you've said other things before. Please smell it.
And it smells like poo.
No! I can't! Now we have both.
Oh, this smells like something Oh, I can't... Janna, I cannot come på.
No? You can do it. What does it smell like?
Something I have been eating? No, I don't remember. Can you understand what I mean?
No.
No?
It smells like oranges to me.
Okay. Maybe?
I don't know.
Shall I?
Yes, you shall.
Okay. Cheers.
What's the first word that comes to your mind?
idea. It went turned out very blank in my head.
Okay.
Nothing comes to
Wow. Maybe it's like a mindfulness beer.
Wow,
You drink it and
yes.
then all your thoughts go away. And it's a
But
soothing.
I know there is a smell that I really, really recognize, and I can't just get it out.
So try
Some
one more.
fruit,
Yeah. Maybe it's orange.
maybe orange, but
Maybe not.
I would not have said orange. Maybe something else, pineapple. Oh, I don't know. But I think it was very easy to drink.
Mm-hmm.
The taste did not last that long that I many times appreciate, but it tastes and then poof, it's gone.
Yeah.
But that also means it's a very easy beer to drink when you're knitting. You don't need a nice sausage
No.
or something like that.
So now I am sitting on needles to hear this rating. I will just get some skeins. Give me a sec. Have you ever been to Skellefteå, by the way?
No, I just was about to ask you. No, I've never been there. Yes, I have been far up north because I actually climbed up
A mountain.
Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro, far north in Sweden, next to Mount Everest.
No, I'm just kidding. I almost said that, but I meant Kebnekaise, of course. But I've been up there.
And for people not from Sweden, Kebnekaise is the highest mountain in Sweden.
Yes.
So it's not like a little hill.
No. And when I was a little younger, I also climbed with and they have good walls and mountains there to climb in. You can also, of course, I walked up the highest hill, but at the base camp you can also climb.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a side note. And I'm just drinking now, and I should actually don't do that. I should say the
grading.
Yes.
So let us start with. You know, you have 3 sips now, so let's start with the plies. How many plies would you give the Kallholmen Harvest Time Ale from Skellefteå Brewery, Northern in Sweden? Yes.
2.
2 plies. Perfect.
Okay.
And now we come to the skeins. How many skeins would you? I'm not going to say the same thing. How many skeins would you give this beer?
3.
Okay, that's decent.
Yes.
That's much better than the guy I looked at the podcast.
Okay.
He was
He was not a beer taster
no.
like me. He didn't know that much.
No, he was an amateur.
Yeah, he was a real amateur.
Amateur hour.
He didn't ask me.
No.
Really bad.
And he could not say that the taste disappeared. You don't need a sausage. It smells something fruit we don't know. He couldn't say any of those things.
No.
He just sat there in his sorry old house.
I think it's disgusting.
Ush. I'm not happy with him.
No.
But I'm very happy with you. And I think you did an excellent job in grading this beer.
And I also said syrup. It looks exactly like syrup.
You
like a light syrup.
You called it, sister. You called it. You did. Should we go to Skellefteå then?
Yes, we should.
What do you know about Skellefteå? I know 2 things.
I know that it's up north from
Okay,
us.
3 things then. Yeah.
And it's on the east coast.
Okay.
No?
I don't know.
I think so.
Probably. I didn't know that.
This is so bad.
I know that Skellefteå has a very good hockey team.
Okay.
And that they produce electricity. Skellefteå Kraft.
How far? No, I don't want to say anything
Don't
else.
go there.
No, we don't go. I will just Google it.
Leave it.
Why did you even have to ask those questions?
Maybe you have been there. I didn't know.
No, but you shouldn't ask any more
Okay.
questions.
I will not ask more questions.
Next time I want the questions before we record so I can Google. Okay?
Maybe. Can I taste it?
Happen. Yes.
It was quite good. Tastes like a fruit. I don't know which.
Butterfruit. When I see the camera now, I see it's kind of, it has been.
So you should sit like this. No, the other way. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, one last thing I would like to say before we end the show. I'm not going to go through all of them. Maybe you remember, maybe don't. You don't. We have these charity pins that we are selling in our shop, and all the profits from that go to charity. And we have given away some money there 2 times. I don't know the balance of that account, I have no idea, but I just wanted to encourage everybody, if you want to help us, please purchase a charity pin.
Yes.
That'd be great.
There are many of them left.
Yes.
And I know there was a lot of them sold, of course, when we first put them out. And now it's a little slower, so it's a little less money. But I have also put in extra money from us when giving out for the charity things. And for next time, I have not decided yet where it will go. But yeah, we will find a good thing. But I just wanted to bring in a little more money before.
Yeah.
And then we add 20% of everything. And I have also added, the last time I added maybe 40% extra. So.
There are so many good charities in the world, and I'm sure many of you also give to charities of your own.
Yeah.
But if you want to help us, or if you want to contribute to Fru Valborg's charity endeavors, then please buy one of those pins.
And it's of course just as good when you do it yourself. This is just, it's also a thing for us to just show you what we stand a little for and things like that. So
yes.
We of course know that we are not the first choice to make a donation for, because the best thing is of course just to send it out to the world.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it doesn't matter how you do it.
No.
What you get from us is of course a nice pin, and that some people like as well.
Yeah. For the knitting bags.
For the knitting bags, yes.
I need more knitting bags.
You need more knitting bags. Didn't we talk? No. You do. I think now I changed my mind.
Because it
I
was
think that
a
you
really
should
long
have-
time I bought anything
Yeah, you need
knitting
more.
related.
If I could say what I think there are 2 things that you are understocked on for the moment. One of them is knitting bags. The other one is clothes.
Yes. And needles.
Yeah. 3
I might
things.
shop a few in my shop
Because
here.
you cleaned out your closet the other day, your wardrobe. So now it's just a gaping hole of emptiness.
No, it actually is not. And
It feels
but
like
I am sometimes very fascinated by these people making these capsule wardrobes. Have you heard about that?
Never.
I think it's maybe we should finish it. I don't know, but I'm talking anyway. We have I don't know how long we have been recording, but anyway, a capsule wardrobe is when you base your wardrobe on some basic clothing, and then you build around that, and then you kind of can open your wardrobe, bring out anything that will fit the other.
That's how my wardrobe is.
Yes, I know. You have a capsule.
Wow!
Wow!
Wow.
You are so
Chic.
chic.
I did not know that.
No?
I have a captured wardrobe.
Capsule.
Capsule. I have a capsule wardrobe. Come and see it if you want.
Yeah. Okay. So capsule.
Okay. So if you want to come for a study visit, please let me know.
Check out Robert. He only have t-shirts and jeans. Very
have shirts
easy.
as well.
You have shirts as well for work.
Yeah, but otherwise you're right.
Yeah, it's very easy. But anyway, I would like. That's why I think when I will knit that I will be a little more not concerned. It's not the word. More think about what I actually
conscious.
want. Conscious, that's what I was looking for. More conscious about what I knit, so I can actually wear it to what I'm having in my wardrobe.
Sounds like a good
Because
approach.
it's a lot of time, and it's for many it's a lot of money. Of course, I have a lot of yarn, and of course it's not that expensive for me as it is for you. But I anyway want to think about it, because it's better to, and for the environment, and of course the environment and everything.
It's like, for me, I think it's, I know how much time you put into this, and everybody else, of course, and it's, if I would knit, I would also think of it a little bit like, I don't know, respecting the process, so to say, to make something you really use and have joy from.
Absolutely. I know there has been a lot of talk also about yarns and like this yarn snobbery. I don't know how you say that in.
Okay, what does that mean?
But it means
The sun hit us heavy.
Oh my god.
So excuse the lighting now, but sorry,
Okay.
go on. Yarn snob.
Yes, that there has been a lot of talk about maybe when designers only design in the very expensive hand-dyed yarns and things like that. And that maybe also there has been in different communities that you should knit in wool or silk or just a fancy yarns, and people knitting in acrylic or something is not, you know, they are kind of not doing the right thing in that.
Okay.
And I don't know how I actually came into this of my capsule wardrobe.
No.
I don't know. Anyway,
I think it's an example of your brain that you said before. You wander around in your big box.
Yeah, I don't know whether. Anyway, I wanted to say about that this is totally, knitting is a handicraft that, as maybe for me, I'm more after the process of knitting than a very fancy finished object, because that's how I knit. I need my hands to be active, and and I think it's so bad that people that should knit with this and this thing think they are better than another one, because I know I have lived a lot of years alone with my kids, having for the last week almost not any money. I would never have could afford hand-dyed yarns. I could afford yarns from what do I know, dollar store or whatever, or maybe saving some money for a little more fancy yarn or whatever. This should not affect that you are handicrafting, because I think handicraft is the highest purpose of actually making something, and for good health and everything.
Yeah, otherwise you can just buy a sweater.
Yeah, you could buy a finished sweater as well, or
but
whatever.
I mean,
I know what you mean, because it's a process, and you are creating, and you are. The community is fine, but when the community kind of put labels on you as a person because you use this or this, I think that's really bad.
I agree.
And I don't think that my yarn, because it costs more, is much more fancy than another yarn. It's just a yarn. Why it costs is because that is my work time.
Yeah.
If you know, it's my work, and I need to be able to live of it, as everybody does of the job. It doesn't mean that a hand-dyed yarn is so much more fancy than any other yarn that you can buy in any store. I love all yarns. I love yarn.
Period.
That's period. And that's just the way it is. I have this came from the capsule wardrobe.
Yeah, it did.
Anyway, if
That being said.
Yes, that being said.
Good. So whatever yarn you like, whatever
Yes.
yarn you want to use, can use, cannot use, it is about the process, and you're all equally important, and it's fun to interact with all of you.
Yeah. And if it's superwash or non-superwash, of course, the environment is very important, of course, if you speak about that. But you should never judge people that you don't know or anything like that.
I think the world is containing too many problems anyway. So if your hobby can be an oasis for positive energy and community and fellowship, then that's important.
Yeah. And sometimes you could use, if you use a project, you have some scraps of hand-dyed yarn that could be fun because it's maybe variegated, and then you might have a few much price-worthy yarn that is, so you could always switch. And anyway,
it's time to wrap this up, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, if it would be nice if someone here actually doing this thing with a capsule wardrobe, just to go back to that, please comment something about that, and maybe give us and me some tips. Maybe follow a great account or something, so I could sometime get a good wardrobe. Otherwise, you can comment also about if there is anything you should want us to talk about, and have any questions or whatever. If you like to take contact with us.
Yes, we always love that.
Yes. So with this funny light and everything, I think we're about to finish this now.
The sun is telling us to stop.
Yes. We are very happy that you follow us here, and maybe have some, even if it takes a lot of time sometimes between the episodes and things, we are really happy for you that you follow us, and sometimes comments, because they are really, really fun to read. And we are very happy for that, and we wish you a really good day.
Yeah, and a good week.
And a good week.
Take care of each other.
Good month. Take care of each other.
Yeah, and we will see you when we will see you.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here